name is Dalton Caldwell, and I'm a first officer on the Embraer 175 for Envoy Air.
My name is John Nelson, and I am an Envoy Cadet instructor.
My name is Ricardo Mata. I'm an American Airlines first officer on the Airbus 320.
I knew I wanted to be a pilot shortly after taking my first GA flight with my stepfather. We have a Piper Aztec, and he took me up flying, and we flew over the top of my high school and the football field and the track and everything, and after that I was hooked. I knew I wanted to do it as a career.
My neighbor is a captain at American Airlines on the 787, and he urged me to start in aviation, and once I took my first Discovery flight, I loved it.
I was born in Maracaibo, Venezuela, and of my dad being an airline pilot and my mom being a flight attendant. So my entire life I wanted to be a pilot. I came to the United States when I was 18 years old. Eventually became a restaurant manager, and I did that for about 10 years. I really wanted to get back to flying. So I got my private pilot license. A year later, I applied to ATP and started ATP in Raleigh, North Carolina.
So I started looking at flight schools with the overall reviews and from what my neighbor, who is a captain at American Airlines, had been telling me, and from other first officers that he had flown with, it seemed that ATP was the best route.
My entire dream have always been, other than being a pilot, was always to be a pilot for American Airlines. I found that ATP was going to be the fastest to get to where I wanted to be.
I came into ATP with a private credit, got my private in high school. At ATP, I completed my instrument rating all the way through my CFII rating, which is my instrument instructor rating. The ATP program is very accelerated. You're either studying, flying, or doing a sim.
When I enrolled at ATP, I started with credit private. I had my private pilot's license already, and then I started with my instrument training all the way through my CFII certificate. At ATP, I had a guaranteed job from student to flight instructor, and so I commenced my training at ATP to get my hours as quickly as possible. As an instructor, my typical day consists of a flight, and after that, I'll have another student with a flight and generally a sim in the afternoon. My favorite part about instructing is seeing your students' success. There's nothing more rewarding than that.
At ATP, you'll have an opportunity to work for Envoy through the cadet program, meaning you'll go ahead and start getting your class seniority number, as well as health, dental, vision, 401k, and those almighty travel benefits as an ATP instructor.
So while I was still a student at ATP, I commenced my interview process at Envoy to become an Envoy cadet. As an Envoy cadet instructor, I get from day one company seniority, and from there I get to choose my base and aircraft type.
I chose Envoy over other regional airlines because of the flow through to American and the cadet program. Your cadet interview is your interview for American. That guarantees you a job at American through the flow.
In less than 2 years, I will have finished my time at ATP instructing and will be a first officer at Envoy.
Overall experience with ATP was very positive. I loved working for ATP. I loved teaching for them. I love the people I met along the way.